already know. So just imagine, just imagine, just imagine.
No.
Back in the friendly confines of Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder, the Collegians back at home against the Denver Cougars here on the Collegian Broadcast Network. RMBL action on this Monday evening for you. Ethan Jordan and Ryan Latica ready to take you all the way through this 9-inning ball game between the Boulder Collegians and the Denver Cougars. And, well, we're certainly glad to have you alongside us as we just about ready for baseball. The Collegians out onto the field. Shane Cavallo loosening up on the hill for Boulder. He'll get the start. These Denver Cougars certainly something to play for as they're just near the top of the RMBL standings. So this is a big game for them against the Collegians. It's been a long time since these Collegians have been here at Scotty. Their last game here at Scott Carpenter Park was July the 1st. It's been a little while. They've played a couple of games up in Bigfoot and then obviously on that Hayes road trip for a few games. But they're back home and they've got their work cut out for them against the Denver Cougars. Cougars fighting for first place in the RMBL. Shane Cavallo says he's ready to go as he finishes his 8 pitches. Doug Blankenship throws down to second, and we're ready for baseball here in Boulder. Denver Cougars will start things off with Ricardo Preciado. Preciado, the usual leadoff man for Mark Cerullo and these Cougars. He'll lead off and play second base. Judah Wilbur hits second. He's at short. Braden Boisfort, the DH. Steve Priest, the cleanup man at third base. Carter Pennington at first. Jack McLaughlin in right field. Henry Peguero behind the dish. Josh Torrance in left. And, well, a mystery man in the 9-hole. Mark Cerullo gave us the lineup and said, that's going to change, but I don't know to who just yet. So we're going to find out along with you who is hitting 9 for the Denver Cougars and in center field. Cavallo ready, right-hander deal. Fouled back to the screen, and away we go here at Scott Carpenter Park. Cavallo making his 5th appearance for the Collegians, joined the team a little bit late. That's why he doesn't have as many as some others. 0-1, fastball in the dirt. Ball on the strike to Preciado. 22 innings pitched for Cavallo, a 6.14 ERA. 1-1, fastball, ground ball to short. Brady Rank there for it, gathers it around his chest and fires to Cherokee LeBeau for out number 1. Defensive arrangement for the Collegians this evening. Cavallo and Doug Blankenship make up the battery. Cherokee LeBeau at first base, Mata at second, Brady Rank at short, and Johnny Sukor, who we saw play second yesterday, at third base. Then in the outfield, it's Nick Arrivo in left, Luca Dincola in center, and Joe Ungaro in right. Judah Wilbur, the 2-hole man, in from the right side. First pitch from Shane Cavallo. Fastball in on the hands. Ground ball gloved down by Rank in the hole, but it comes in and out of the glove. He wouldn't have gotten Wilbur anyways. That was a pretty high chopper that Rank tried to flag down out there. And it's an infield knock for Wilbur. The Cougars have a 1-out base runner. Brings Braden Boisfort to the dish. In the DH role this evening for Mark Cerullo. Another right-handed batter.
That ground ball took Brady Rank pretty far to his right into that 5.5 hole, as you mentioned. No shot at getting the runner.
One roped into left center field, falls in front of Dincola. He's able to get to it quickly and hold Wilbur at second. But Braden Boisfort wasting no time, dishing out a single on the first pitch he sees. The Cougars in business with Steve Priest, the cleanup man, headed to the plate. These Cougars, as we mentioned, have had just a terrific season so far. They are, including last night, 15-6 in the RMBL and sit all alone in first place. And they've been there most of the year. Right on right to Priest. Here's the first pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Cougars in first. The Hayes Larks and Game Day Saints tied for second, both a game back. And there's a pretty sizable gap in the Colorado Rough Riders. 4 games back of the Cougars. And by the way, the other day the Cougars beat them 20-0. So take your guess as to where that gap sits in the RMBL standings. 1-0 to Priest. Steve watches a breaking ball in for strike 1. The Collegians, they sit in 5th, 13-13 in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Got this game and then 2 against the Sox, and I think that's it for the RMBL season for Boulder. 1-1. Fastball at the letters that Priest is upset that he missed as he fouls it away. Ball and 2 strikes. Cougars in those black, gray, and white camouflage uniforms. Gray pants, black caps, or rather the white caps tonight with the black bill. Going to enjoy trying to read those numbers. Breaking ball, flown down the right field line. That is a foul ball. Very close to being some big trouble for Shane Cavallo out there, but it drifts slightly foul, lands about 5 feet wide of the line. Speaking of the lines, again, the Collegians were tasked with doing the infield line work. And I was told by Hunter Pierce that the first base line, which is a lot straighter, was the one he did. And then the third base line was the one that Ben Kowalski did. I don't know. But they did a decent job. 1-2. Fastball comes inside. Priest kind of leans the chin out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Collegians Baby blue uniforms, the navy blue sleeves, red Boulder across the front, white pants, red socks and belts. Navy blue and baby blue hats. Here's the pitch. Tie, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boulder last night snapped a 9-game losing streak against the Denver Pirates. What was the score of that game, Ryan? 18-2?
18-2.
Yep. So that's a heck of a way to come out of a slump. They put the beat down on them. Looking to continue that momentum here today and throughout the rest of the season. And Priest figured Cavallo was taking a little longer than he liked. Steps out of the box. Everybody back ready to go. First and second, 1 away, top of the first. Fastball, a swing and a miss, and that was not a fastball, pardon. That was the circle change from Cavallo. Gets Priest out on his front foot for the second out. And when he's going good, that circle change is nasty, as it was right there.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was the first swinging strike that Shane Cavallo has earned against the Cougars lineup so far.
Comes at a great time. So now there's 2 away for Carter Pennington. Cavallo spins and fires to second. Mata applies the tag, but not in time. Wilbur dives back. Pennington, the first left-handed batter to face Cavallo this evening. Carter, chopper to second. Mata charges it, gets it on a good hop, flips it over to LeBeau. And a clean first inning for Shane Cavallo as he works himself out of a little bit of trouble. Still scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Collegians up to bat when we come back here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning here from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. Hi again, everybody. Ethan Jordan and Ryan Latica along with you. Boulder Collegians and the Denver Cougars. Streaming live on both YouTube tonight and the Mixler radio broadcast, whichever way you choose to watch or listen to your Collegians. Tyler Mata leads off the inning for Boulder against the right-hander Tyler Phillips. Phillips overhead windup. Delivers to the plate, and Mata fouls it right off of that plate for strike 1. Phillips for these Cougars from Ralston Valley High School and Metro State University. 0-1 to Tyler. Fastball misses upstairs, a ball and a strike. Lineup looks like this tonight for Mark Goodman. Tyler Mata, as you see here, leading off, playing second base. Luca Dean Cola in the 2-hole again this evening. In center, Brady Rank back in the lineup after missing the game yesterday. He's at short. Nick Arrivo in the left had a big double, breaking him out of hopefully his slump. Cherokee LeBeau gets his first start at first base for Boulder. Fastball misses low, 2 balls and a strike. He hits fifth. Doug Blankenship behind the dish. Kobe Morris in the DH role. Johnny Sukor gets his first start at third base for Boulder. And then Joe Ungaro had himself a great game yesterday, back in the lineup in right. Chopper again out of the batter's box, and it's 2-2. Mata, the leadoff man to start the year for Boulder. He was replaced in that role by Braden Roybal. Mata moving down to second. But with Roybal ill, he's hit leadoff the last couple nights. 2-2. Fly ball to right. Pretty much right at where the right fielder McLaughlin is standing. He makes the catch. There's the first out. I'll tell you what, Ryan. I know Mark Cerullo said that Juan Familia would not actually be his guy out in right, but it sure looks like Juan out there. It's so hard to see the numbers because of, well, the camouflage uniform. They don't think about the broadcasters when they design the unis.
Yeah, that's for sure. With these black and white camouflage uniforms and the black numbers with the white outlines on them, it's pretty hard to read.
Luca Dincola into the right-hand batter's box. Gets one in on the hands a bit. Pops it foul down the first base line, and this one will rub right up against the fence and drop down for a foul ball. 1-1 on Dincola as he has to go recollect the bat.
We'd just like to remind you that the foul balls are property of the Boulder Collegians. Please bring them back.
0-1 on Dincola as he has a chat with catcher Henry Peguero. Peguero is a real Collegian killer in the last time these two met. Hope to calm his bat down a little bit tonight. Phillips nods yes to a sign. Right-hander ready and deals. So one. Again, Dincola fouls it away. This one came up and in and was easily ball one, but Dincola checked his swing, fouled it towards Mark Cerullo over there in the Cougar dugout. Defense for the Cougars. Henry Peguero joins Phillips in the battery. 0-2 to Dincola. Right down Broadway for strike three. Dincola's punched out on a fastball. No argument from Luca as he walks back to the dugout. I mean, it was right there. Carter Pennington at first base. Second is Ricardo Preciado. Steve Priest at third, and Judah Wilbur at short. Then around the outfield, it's Josh Torrance, Juan Familia, and Jack McLaughlin. Brady Rank, the batter, takes ball one low. Rank, the Collegians' best hitter, no doubt, out in Kansas. 1-0, foul away. Put up a couple of monster games for Boulder out there. Most notably, I think, was the second game in which he recorded 3 hits in 5 plate appearances, not to mention a walk. 1-1, that's low, maybe a little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one offering, a fastball. Brady sprays it foul again. The count even at 2. So the Collegians definitely glad to have Brady back in the lineup today. As we mentioned, he missed the game yesterday. He's been the Collegians' regular shortstop of late. 2-2. Ground ball towards second. Up with it is Preciado. The throw gets by the glove of Pennington, and Rank is safe at first. I don't know if Preciado rushed it a little bit, but it looked like Pennington should have had a play. Either way, Rank is aboard on an error. Nick Arrivo to the dish with 2 away, and a runner at first.
And on that last play, it looked like the second baseman, Preciado, just threw it wide of the first baseman, Pennington's glove. But if you're the first baseman, Pennington, at least if you're Cougars coach, the Cougars coaching staff.
Arrivo takes strike one. Fastball right there on the outside part of the plate.
You want to see the first baseman, Pennington, come off of that bag to make sure that the ball doesn't get away like it did. Fortunately for the Cougars, there was no advancement on the part of Brady Rank.
0-1. Arrivo fouls this one away down the right field line. No balls and 2 strikes. Phillips has done a great job of working ahead of these Collegian hitters so far. Collegians have seen Tyler once this year. They saw Phillips out of the bullpen. I think it was last time they faced the Cougars. And he's got that good pickoff move. I don't remember exactly who it was. I think it might have been Tyler Mata. And that Phillips picked off last time the Cougars played him. He checks on rank here. But for one of the better right-handed pickoff moves you'll see. 0-2 to Arrivo. High fastball. Nick pops it foul, out of play. Arrivo yesterday against the Pirates after really having a tough time out in Kansas. He had 1 hit, reached base 3 out of the 6 times he was up at the dish. A solid evening for him up at Bigfoot Turf Farm. Check on rank again. He dives back. Brady certainly a threat to run over there. Especially on 0-2, why not? There he goes. Pitches outside. Peguero doesn't even bother to try and throw out Rank, who got a terrific jump. Pulls into second, standing up. Now a runner in scoring position for the dangerous Nick Arrivo. 1-2. Nick drives one down the left field line. This one will get foul. He certainly got enough of it. And he kind of shakes his head as he walks back into the right-hand batter's box. And I'm sure, I heard someone yell, "Come on," and I'm almost certain that was Steve Arrivo, his dad.
Could even see a smile from Phillips on the mound. He knew he got away with one there.
And Nick just a little bit early. He was ready for that pitch. And Phillips will shake off a sign, says, "I don't want to throw that one again. Let's do something else." 1-2, breaking ball misses high. 2-2, and well, for Tyler Phillips, he shakes off the fastball and goes to the curveball. He's lucky he left that high, because Nick Arrivo is not just a fastball hitter. A hanging curve like that would have been in about the same location as the last pitch. But it was high. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. 3-2. And that's what makes Arrivo such a great hitter. He's going to take what the pitcher gives him, and that's a cliche, I know, but he really does. He's the type who he leads the team in RBIs, but he's not searching for that right here. He's just as willing to let Cherokee LeBeau get it done at the plate, and that's exactly what he'll do. He takes ball 4 high. Again, Phillips went to the curveball. Not a bad idea, as we all knew that Nick Arrivo was sitting on a fastball 3-2. And Nick draws the walk, and Cherokee LeBeau tasked with getting in that run from second base. Cherokee, first time he's played first base for the Collegians, he's using a borrowed glove. I didn't get who he was borrowing the glove from. My guess is Doug Blankenship, but I don't know. First pitch, swing and a miss from LeBeau. Back pick to second, not all that close. Rink slides back in. Cherokee already has 2 gloves in his bag. He has a separate glove for shortstop and for third base, both of which he's played at times for the Collegians. But no first base glove. Trying to get it done with the bat right here. 0-1. Fastball outside. Not a great frame job from Peguero. 1-1. One swing and a miss from LeBeau. Looks like Phillips might have pulled the string on him with a fastball. LeBeau wasn't ready for it, and he's in a 1-2 hole. Phillips from the stretch reaches back and deals. Fastball is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to LeBeau. Cherokee from Chicago, Illinois. Originally attended Oakland University, and he said he doesn't think he'll be back there this spring. There's a different university he wants to attend. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, and Peguero this time has the good frame job. LeBeau doesn't care for it as he takes a long look back at home plate, but he will turn and stroll back to the dugout for the 3rd out. Collegians, they threaten. Well, we've heard this tale a time or two. They threaten but do not score. On to the 2nd inning. Still no score here in Boulder. Both teams make some noise in the first inning, but neither have anything to show for it. It's still double zeros on the scoreboard as we head on to the second inning from Scott Carpenter Park. Boulder Collegians and the Denver Cougars. Jack McLaughlin leads off the second for Denver. Watches a fastball on the zone for strike one. That looked a little bit inside, but called a strike from Shane Cavallo. Cavallo looking for one of those good starts this evening. And, well, of course he's looking for a good start. Gets a comebacker right here. A little flip to LeBeau. And there's the first out. So some neat light work to begin the second inning for Shane Cavallo.
Now coming to the plate, number 25.
But it's definitely something different with Cavallo. Obviously, you want to have a good start. Duh. But he has been inconsistent in his starts. He's either thrown a quality start and been terrific or been just awful. And you know, this, again, he's pitched in 4 games starting for the Collegians. This is his 5th start, and he gets a quick ground ball to Rank, who picks it up on the backhand. Nice play. Throw across the diamond in time. Solid play over at shortstop from Brady Rank. He made that look a lot easier than it really was. And there's the second out.
Again, ranging over to his right, you can see he has that good range at shortstop out there. And throwing against his momentum going toward third base. Made it a little bit of a high throw to first, but he's got that tall first baseman, Cherokee LeBeau, able to get up there with the hops and come back down on the bag.
Yeah, Rank showing off the range, the arm, and was flashing the leather a little bit out there too, picking it up on that backhand. I don't know how good or close of a shot you got on the video broadcast, and for those of you who didn't see that at all, he got a little bit of a short hop out there and was able to stay with it. 1-0 is fouled to the screen from Josh Torrance. 1-1 on the left fielder.
You might say it was Trevor Story-esque.
Number 24, Torrance. Left fielder, Torrance.
Good to see those boys over at the Rockies back on the field, even if it's just inter-squad stuff going on, including Charlie Blackman, who joined the team today. 1-1, fastball. Ground ball again to the left side. This time it's Sukor with the excellent play as he lays out to his left and fires to first. Scooped out by LeBeau, and Torrance is gone. A couple of outstanding plays on the left side of the infield. Get Shane Cavallo through the second inning. 1-2-3. Go the Cougars. On to the bottom of the second. Still no score on the Collegians Broadcast Network.
Now batting number 22, Doug Blankenship.
Some nice work in the field for Boulder. Has them on to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Scott Carpenter Park. Denver Cougars and the Boulder Collegians. Doug Blankenship leading things off against Tyler Phillips. First pitch misses low to the Collegian catcher. Doug has been all over the lineup this year. He's hit as high as 4th, and he's hit as low as 9. Today in the 6th hole. 1-0. Skips in. 2 balls and no strikes. Phillips ran into a little bit of trouble with 2 away in the first inning, but didn't bother him any. He struck out Cherokee LeBeau to end things. 2-0. Fastball. Peguero trying to frame it up. Won't get the umpire's attention as it's 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0. Fastball just clips the top of the zone. And there's strike one. Not a pitch that Blankenship wanted to take a hack at anyway. Three one. Ground ball deep in the hole. Nice play on the run from the shortstop Wilbur. And Judah Wilbur says, I see you, Brady Rank. I got some too. As he throws out Doug Blankenship for the first out. Good work defensively on both sides so far, other than the error in the first inning over at first base. Here's Kobe Morris. Phillips out there making just his second start for the Cougars. He's been in 6 games prior to this, but just start number 2. Pitch and pumps in a fastball for a strike against Morris. Phillips out at Metro State. Has been mostly a bullpen pitcher. 0-1, breaking ball and a good one. Drops in quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Morris. He redshirted last year, but this year only appeared in 1 game out of the pen before everything got shut down. 0-2. Phillips wants to try the curveball again, but it's a little bit low and Morris lays off. One, 2. Chopper foul wide of third.
Error on the coach.
So ball and 2 strikes on Kobe Morris. 1 away in the second inning. Collegians and the Cougars still no score. 1-2. Fastball a little bit high. 2-2. Kobe Morris, usually a third baseman for these Collegians, coming off the bench for the most part. Gets the start as the designated hitter. 2-2 in the dirt. Kobe, good work to work the count back full, 3-2. He was down 0-2. Maybe we'll see a pitch to hit.
Also got some late action yesterday in the blowout. Came in late in the game as a defensive replacement in the 6th or 7th inning when Mark Goodman decided to empty his bench.
3-2. Fastball called, strike 3. And if you're Kobe Morris, you got to be taking the bat off the shoulder right there. That was not right down the middle or anything, but it was certainly a strike. And you got to be protective 3-2. And it's tough. You know 2-2, I'm going to protect. But 3-2, you say, well, that could be ball 4 for me. I got to be careful. But at the end of the day, you don't want to go down with a backwards K in the book. Johnny Sukor, who flashed the leather in the top half of the inning, up to the plate now. Left-handed hitter swings and misses for strike 1.
We've seen some great defensive plays on both sides, and we're only 1.5 innings into this one.
0-1 from Phillips. There's a strike. Yeah, Tyler's got that overhead delivery where he brings the arms back behind his head before going into his full motion. Here he comes on 0-2. Sukor fouls it to the screen. I think that's something Tyler started developing in high school. My memory is correct. He did not come into high school with that type of delivery, and then not sure where he picked it up from or why, but he started doing that. Well, whatever works. Here he comes on 0-2. Fastball swing and a miss from Sukor as Phillips takes him out of the zone. He obliges, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Phillips. So a pair of 1-2-3s here in the second. Still no score. Third inning on tap here in Boulder.
Shane Cavallo will face Juan Familia standing in the 9-hole, followed by the first two hitters in the Cougars lineup, Ricardo Preciado and Judah Wilbur. His first pitch to Juan Familia misses just a little bit low and outside for ball one. As we mentioned earlier, the manager for the Cougars, as the 1-0 is on the outside edge for strike one, handed us the lineup pregame without a number 9-hole hitter, but he originally had Familia penciled in, and it appears that he stuck with Familia here in the 9 spot.
Why do I get the feeling that Juan was a little late to the ballpark today? You know, I don't know if he's going to be here, and then Juan pulled up. You know, who knows? He might have gotten stuck in traffic, you know, an accident, and just, I don't know if I'm going to be there in time, coach, and then showed up and said, please unscratch me out, coach. I want to play today.
So Familia is in the lineup, batting 9th and in center field. The 1-2 from Cavallo on its way, and that one bounces to the plate.
And Juan trying to have a better game against Boulder than he did last time these two clubs met. In that game, Familia hit second and went 0 for 5. So trying to bounce back against Boulder. That was against Terry Strauber.
Overall, a .260 hitter so far this summer. The 2-2 on its way from Cavallo is popped up into shallow right field, going out as Mata, but he will be called off by the right fielder, Joe Ungaro, who makes the relatively easy catch for the first out here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Now coming to the plate, number 3, Ricardo.
So Shane Cavallo, first time through the Cougars batting order, surrenders a couple of hits, earns 1 strikeout. Overall, not too shabby. We're still scoreless here in the top of the 3rd. Ricardo Preciado standing in now. First pitch is taken on the inside edge, called strike one by the home plate umpire. Preciado started off the game with a ground out to shortstop. The 0-1 is also right there. No balls and 2 strikes on Preciado. Now time will be called at home plate. Preciado, a .214 hitter so far this year. Here, Cavallo, this is a good opportunity to get 2 quick outs to begin this inning, and he gets a weak grounder to second base for Tyler Mata. He picks it up and makes the throw onto first, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 3rd. That'll bring up Judah Wilbur with the bases clear.
And this is what you'll see from Cavallo when he's going good. He's not much of a strikeout pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher, no doubt, an Aaron Cook type, if you will, for all of you Colorado people out there. Well, early season Aaron Cook. Late career Aaron Cook was a fly ball pitcher, and by that I mean fly balls over the wall. But Shane Cavallo, when he is going good, gets those ground balls.
Here comes Judah Wilbur standing in now. First pitch is swung on and hit on the ground to third for Sucor. And again, a low throw in the dirt. And again, dug out by Cherokee LeBeau at first base. That's the second time we've seen LeBeau dig out.
Maybe it's time to buy a first base glove if you're Cherokee LeBeau. Sheesh.
It's the second time we've seen LeBeau dig out a throw in the dirt from Johnny Sucor at third. But a quick 1-2-3 inning authored by Shane Cavallo. We'll head to the bottom half, still scoreless from Scott Carpenter Park. Joe Ungaro, the number 9 hitter, standing in against Phillips. Here he swings at the first pitch and hits it to the hole on the right side. Ranging over is Preciado. He had a long way to go to make that play over to his left, and he did a great job. That's the first out here in the bottom of the third.
That's not one that necessarily is as flashy as some of the other plays we've seen tonight, but that was an impressive play from Preciado. He had to, as you mentioned, go a long way, and then the spin move. A lot of things can go wrong there, but he makes the play.
Tyler Mata standing in now for his second at-bat of the night. Takes the first offering close, but a little bit outside for ball 1. Phillips readies. Here comes the 1-0 now. That one comes inside, almost hits Mata, but he turns out of the way, and the count moves to 2-0. Boulder still without a hit so far here in the bottom of the third. The 2-0. That one misses high. 3 balls and 1 strike. They have had 2 base runners so far, one by way of an error. And Nick Arrivo followed up that error with a walk. And here's now the second walk issued by Phillips so far tonight. A 4-pitch base on balls drawn by Tyler Mata out of the leadoff spot. Runner on first with 1 away for Luca Dincola. Wearing the jersey number 1 tonight, moving away from his usual number 10. And before the first pitch to Dincola, a check over on Mata at first base. He dives back in. See the third baseman, Steve Priest, playing almost in on the edge of the infield grass, respecting the speed of Luca Dincola. First pitch is on the outside edge, ruled strike 1. So Phillips able to get back in the strike zone here against Dincola. And another check on Mata at first, and another dive back in. Middle infield for the Cougars is playing middle up, pretty much straight up. The traditional double play is still in order here, and first baseman Pennington holding Tyler Mata on the bag. Now the 0-1 misses. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dincola.
You're kind of surprised to not see Luca bunting here. This is a position where, well, with 1 out, I don't know, but Mark Goodman likes to have Dincola bunting, especially if he can bunt for a hit, though that doesn't seem too likely as Steve Priest is in on the cut over at third.
The 1-1 missing pretty high, and Dincola now ahead in the count 2-1. Yeah, if Dincola were to drop down a bunt, pretty unlikely that he would bunt into a double play with his speed. 2-1 is popped up, foul behind home plate.
Yeah, I'm of the mind of the new school, especially this high in the order. Granted, Dincola hasn't been your best hitter all year, but no reason to trade a base for an out, especially with 1 away. There's just doesn't, unless you've got a pitcher or someone who just can't hit at the plate. I think you let the guy swing away.
I agree.
Unless he's a guy like Dincola who can bunt for a hit, but as we said, with Priest in, no chance.
Now the 2-2. That one is again fouled behind home plate and out of play.
I'll be curious to see what jersey Luca Dincola is wearing tomorrow or whenever Braden Roybal gets back. As Luca told me, he left his jersey in Kansas, or so he thinks. And so he's been wearing Roybal's jersey the last 2 days because Braden's been sick. Now, if Braden comes back, who knows what number Luca may don. I believe he's wearing number 10 before.
There's another pickoff move on Tyler Mata. That one was a little closer. Now Mata takes off on the 2-2, and this one is swung and driven out to fairly deep left field. Going back is the left fielder, and he will make the catch just on the warning track. Oh, man, Luca Dincola just missed a 2-run homer there. And Tyler Mata will have to retreat back to first base.
Oh, the Collegiate dugout was ready to go nuts. As Dincola, if you've seen Luca Dincola, he does not have, well, you can see him if you're watching on the video broadcast, he does not have the build of a power hitter. And he is not much of a power hitter. That's not his deal. If he had hit this one out, I can guarantee that dugout would have been rocking.
Brady Rank standing in. He takes the first pitch for strike one. Yeah, Torrance out there in left field certainly had a long way to go and just barely able to get back in time. And again, another check on Mata at first. No balls and one strike on Brady Rank. Reached on an error by the second baseman Preciado in the bottom half of the first inning. And now the 0-1 is swung on in little looper into left field that'll drop for a base hit. A good throw holds Tyler Mata on the bag at second base. So first and second now for the Collegians for Nick Arrivo. I'm sure Brady Rank's presence is welcome back in the lineup after he missed yesterday. With how good the Denver Cougars have been, as we mentioned, first place in the RMBL to this point. As the first pitch misses low and outside to Nick Arrivo. Certainly want to see Nick come through in a big spot here if you're the Collegians.
And a win against the Cougars would be a big feather in the Collegians' cap as Nick fouls it back to the screen. If you remember, before the Collegians went on that colossal losing streak, they were battling for first place, and in fact were in first place for a good stretch. But the only team they hadn't beaten at that point, even when they were going so good, was the Denver Cougars. They just could never get over the hump. They're 0-3 against Denver this year.
Now the 1-1 misses a little bit high.
At one point, I think they had played 12 games, I want to say, and the only team they'd lost to was once to the Cougars. So they'd like to at least get one back against Denver, even if it doesn't matter for the Collegians' postseason hopes.
Now the 2-1 is driven out to fairly deep right center field. Going back as the right fielder. It's over his head and off the wall. Tyler Mata is in to score. Brady Rank is getting the wave around third. The throw to the plate is in time. And Brady Rank is cut down at home plate after a beautiful relay from deep right field. That is the third out. But after an RBI double by Nick Arrivo, the Collegians do take a 1-0 lead as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. We'll be back with more baseball on the other side of the break. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face Shane Cavallo here in the top of the fourth inning. Braden Boisvert, Steve Priest, and Carter Pennington. Collegians hold a 1-0 lead over the Denver Cougars. First pitch from Shane Cavallo. Misses just a little bit high for ball one.
Shane's rolling right now. Couple 1, 2, 3 innings, thanks to some leather behind him, but still, he's done a good job of inducing ground balls to this point already. 7 ground balls in 3 innings.
The 1-0. And that one is lined out to right field for Joe Ungaro. Barely has to move to make the catch on the line drive out. And that's the first out here in the 4th.
And not only has Cavallo induced the 7 ground ball outs, one of the hits against him was an infield knock from Judah Wilbur in the 1st. So he's doing a great job getting these Cougar hitters to roll over. He's got enough in the arsenal, too, to kind of mix things up second time through the order.
Now the first pitch to Steve Priest is in there for strike 1.
There is one of those tricks in his bag, the breaking ball. Not going to see him throw it all that often, but it's a nice one to have in your back pocket.
Now the 0-1 is fouled at the plate. It looked more like a half swing from Steve Priest that he wasn't able to hold up in time, and he's behind no balls and 2 strikes. Shane Cavallo, to your point, Ethan, you mentioned he's not a big strikeout pitcher. He only has 1 so far tonight. That gives him 14 on the year. Now the 0-2 misses. Entered tonight's start with 13 in 22 innings. But as long as you can have that control working for you, you don't need to miss bats. Just induce a lot of weak contact, and he's been doing that so far as the 1-2 is fouled away.
And that weak contact, it can even be more beneficial to you as a pitcher than the strikeout. You can get some first pitch swinging, easy, quick outs. Cavallo's done that so far. That was just his 33rd pitch. He's through 3 1/3.
Can do wonders to help you work deep into the ball game. See how deep Cavallo can work tonight as the 1-2 is swung on and fouled at the plate.
Yeah, just got a piece of that, did Priest. Keep himself alive. He might have had first base if he hadn't made contact with that one. Got by Blankenship, but as it was.
1-0, the Collegians lead here in the top of the 4th. 1-2 from Cavallo. That one bounces to the plate.
Shane started game 1 out in Hayes. And what was a great series for Collegiate pitching, especially starting pitching. Zach Given had that terrific start in game 2 out there. He was just excellent. And Josue Rivera, he was very good in game 3. Not quite the case for Cavallo in game 1. As we mentioned, he's been off and on. Tonight looks like one of those where he's going good. Trying to get himself back together.
2-2 swing and a miss. He had Steve Priest fooled pretty badly on that off-speed pitch. Strikeout number 2 on the evening for Cavallo. That's the 2nd out. Both strikeouts have been swinging, and actually both strikeouts have been Steve Priest. Now Carter Pennington will stand in. 2 outs and the base is clear. First pitch on the way is on the ground foul up the first base line.
And there he goes to the breaking ball again, starting Pennington off with a pitch you usually don't expect. On the first offering, most guys will sit fastball. He's thrown a couple of breaking balls for strike 1 so far tonight.
No balls in 1 strike. Here's the pitch. On the outside edge, called strike 2. That looked like pretty good placement for the curveball. And now Cavallo is a strike away from ending this inning. Here's the 0-2. And just barely he got a piece of it. Slapped it foul up the left field line, excuse me.
And credit to the bucket gang out there for the Collegians as they've got a number of guys sitting just outside the dugout. Hunter Pierce is ready to go. He's got a glove out. He nearly snagged that.
No balls and 2 strikes to Carter Pennington. Here's the pitch. And that one is Slapped fair up the left field line this time, just inside the third base bag. Going over to retrieve it is Arrivo. Around first is Pennington, and with a slide in, he is safe. The throw got away from the second baseman, Tyler Mata, backed up by Joe Ungaro, who came in from right field.
That's good work by Ungaro. I mean, we don't ever give credit to those who back up, or at least as much as we should, but that's the right play to make if you're Joe. See some right fielders who just kind of sit out there and watch the play, but Joe saves a base right there. Heck, he maybe saves a run. Pennington's paying attention.
So runner on second with 2 outs now for McLaughlin. The first pitch finds the inside edge for a called strike one.
And that's just a really refreshing thing to see from a pitcher. You have an at-bat that doesn't go your way, and you immediately start the next guy off with strike one.
Got to have a quick memory out there on the mound. The 0-1 is a ground ball, high chopper to Brady Rank, who will apply the tag to Carter Pennington between second and third for the final out. So a 2-out double does not phase Shane Cavallo. He's able to retire the next hitter. And it is a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to the Collegians Radio Network. Cherokee LeBeau standing in to face Tyler Phillips. The bottom of the fourth inning. Collegians still holding that 1-0 lead, and no doubt they're looking to add on here against the top team in the RMBL. First pitch to LeBeau is fouled behind home plate and out of play. LeBeau is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was caught looking at strike 3 to end the bottom of the first inning.
Phillips looking for another one of those good innings on the hill here. Trying to get back to work after giving up just the 1 run, so no big deal in the third inning. But, you know, Tyler wants to have another maybe 1, 2, 3 inning, just get himself back in rhythm. LeBeau fouls this one away.
No balls and 2 strikes on Cherokee LeBeau.
Oh, and Cherokee hit a car. Dangerous territory to be parking over in that parking lot. You know what? I actually parked there today. Luckily, it was a Toyota that got hit, apparently, not a Subaru.
Here's the 0-2. That off-speed pitch drifts a little bit outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, there is a parking lot beyond foul territory on the right field side.
Tell you what, I'm tucked behind a big truck over there, so I think I'm pretty safe.
1-2 is fouled at the plate. Yeah, we have seen quite a few foul balls drift over to that area as the season has progressed here at Scott Carpenter Park. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cherokee LeBeau. Looking to put the ball in play this time. Here's the pitch from Phillips, and it's fouled straight back. Great job by Cherokee LeBeau to work the count here. That's the 3rd straight ball he's fouled.
Yeah, good battle from Cherokee. See if he can come out ahead right here.
Here's the 1-2. And that one drifts a bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good take from Cherokee, especially considering right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. Hit matchup favors Tyler Phillips. Now the 2-2 bounces to the plate and gets through the legs of Peguero. The count is full.
And right on right really favors Phillips, even more than some other right-handed pitchers, just with the nature of his delivery. Keeps the ball really hidden until he brings it home.
3-2, ball 4. Down low and away, and Cherokee LeBeau with an excellent at-bat to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. See what Doug Blankenship can accomplish in his turn now. At the very least, you want to advance the runner to scoring position up to second base. Here's the first pitch. And missing just a little bit high is Phillips. 1 ball and no strikes on the Boulder catcher. Here's the 1-0. And that one was a little bit lower, able to get the strike call. Pretty much in the same spot, though. At least talking east and west. Now the 1-2 is swung on and missed. One ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Collegians holding that slim 1-0 lead. Here's the 1-2. That one misses high and the count evens.
Doug just hoping to avoid the ground ball here, but more so than that, just wants to give LeBeau a chance to move around.
And LeBeau is chased back to the first base bag.
Collegians were able to take advantage of a leadoff base runner in the 3rd inning. Taking advantage of those runners on base, something they've been struggling with at times, and when they've taken advantage of runners on base, and this should be no surprise, they've won ball games. Something they did at the beginning of the season and snapping that winning streak against the Pirates yesterday. Or that losing streak, rather.
Now LeBeau takes off on the payoff pitch. It's swung on and popped up into medium depth left field, going over his Torrance. And he will make the catch. Going back to first base is LeBeau. And that's the first out.
Yeah, Cherokee would have had second base clean. Blankenship wasn't swinging. He got a great jump.
Blankenship just got under that one, popped it pretty high up in the air out to left. And that'll bring up Kobe Morris, serving as the designated hitter tonight for Boulder. First pitch to Morris is fouled straight back. See the Cougars middle infield playing at double play depth, and again, Steve Priest at third playing pretty much even with the bag, maybe a little in front, and LeBeau is again chased back to first. He dives back in safely.
Always seems in important games like this. Yesterday was an important game, trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. Tonight's important. You're playing the #1 team in the league. This one misses outside. Ball on a strike on Morris. But it always seems that there's a guy in the bottom of the order who comes through in important games like this. And yesterday it was Joe Ungaro. Wonder which one of these kind of non-regular guys went in the bottom of the order here, 7, 8, and 9, may prove kind of the X factor for the Collegians tonight. So far, I'd say it's been Johnny Sukor just for his defense.
1-1 is cut on and missed. See, the Cougars bullpen is up and working. It looks like Jeremiah Scott. At least getting a little bit loose here. The 1-2 just misses. I think that Peguero behind the plate thought it was strike 3. Just missed that high and outside corner against Kobe Morris. 2-2 now. And the pitch is a little looper out to second. And Preciado goes to second for 1, on to first, not in time.
Boy, that was closer at first base than I was expecting. That was hit awfully slow. Was surprised they even got the lead runner, and even more surprised that they missed getting Morris by half a step. That was close.
So Morris reaches on the fielder's choice, 4-6 in the scorebook. And it'll be up to Sucor now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Trying to keep the rally going and extend their 1-0 lead. Now Morris is checked on at first. Dive back in safely. And the first pitch now to Sucor, misses high for ball 1. Now with 2 outs, the third baseman, Steve Priest, backs up a little bit to behind the third base bag. And Sucor takes a cut and misses at the 1-0. Sucor 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Tyler Phillips has 4 of them so far tonight. 3 of them have been looking. The 0-1 is just on the inside edge. Excuse me, the 1-1 called strike 2. And again, another check on first. Tyler Phillips pitching pretty deliberately here, taking his time on the mound, making sure that Morris knows he hasn't forgot about him. The 1-2 now is Pop Fallon out of play behind home plate, and we'll do it once more.
Yeah, I don't know if Phillips has to be super worried about Morris over there at first. Kobe's not known for his base stealing ability. But you never know. We've seen Cade Nelson, of all people, swipe a few. Can't be too careful.
And again, another check on first. It is a good thing to get in the habit of, though, making sure that you don't forget about your runners on base if you're on the mound. And Sucor drives one out into the right center field gap. Going from first to third is Morris. He got a good read on the single by Johnny Sucor. And now the Collegians have a little 2-out rally going here. Runners on the corners looking to add on, and it's up to Joe Ungaro.
Joe came through huge for the Collegians yesterday. Mentioned how he got on base 4 times out of the 5 at-bats he had. They also had a big single that got the Collegians scoring started. Chance to tack on for them here. Much needed insurance in the 4th.
And now a check on Sucor at first. Tyler Phillips certainly worried about his base runners. Now the first pitch to Ungaro misses a little bit high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Ungaro throwing up his hand to Sucor standing on first base just to make sure Sucor doesn't try to advance on the ball that didn't get away. The 2-0. That one is popped up, foul behind home plate, and it will get out of play. Runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. Collegians looking to add on to their 1-0 lead over the Denver Cougars. They'll take a clutch 2-out hit from Ungaro. Here's the 2-1. On the outside edge, called strike 2. Pretty liberal zone there.
Yeah, good take from Ungaro, 2-1. There's no reason for him to take a hack at that.
I think that Phillips got the benefit of the doubt there. The 2-2 is swung on and hit. That's a base hit to right field. Coming in to score is Kobe Morris. Trying to go first to third is Sucor. He will make it. It's an RBI single for Joe Ungaro out of the 9-hole. Claps his hands. He's pretty pumped up out there, and the Collegians double their lead. It is now 2-0.
Well, I don't know. Once everybody gets back, I don't know if they're going to have a spot. Just Joe Ungaro, the way he's hit, you almost have to leave him in the lineup. He's been great.
Now we'll see a mound visit from the Cougars manager as well as all the infielders here. He hasn't made a motion to his bullpen yet. I think he wants to get a feel for how his starter's doing.
I think the message here might also be, hey, Tyler, 2 outs. This is your last inning. Get us out of here. We're going to have someone else come in the 5th. This is your last chance. Go get this guy. Give it all right here. Empty the tank.
And this has all been with 2 outs. Cherokee LeBeau led off the inning with a walk. Then Doug Blankenship flew out to left field. Kobe Morris hit into that fielder's choice that erased Cherokee LeBeau at second base. And now a couple singles and some heads-up base running. The last 2 Collegians hitters have both gone from first to third. Still runners on the corners now for Tyler Mata in the leadoff spot. First pitch is low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, and Mata's been one of the Collegians' better hitters with runners in scoring position, if not their best hitter.
Sukor on third and Ungaro on first. Here's the 1-0 to Mata, and that one is on the inside edge, called strike 1.
And Mata with runners in scoring position this year, 438.
And the 1-1 is into left field. That's a base hit. Coming in to score is Johnny Sukor. The throw gets away from the second baseman, coming back in from Torrance in left field, but no advancement. The 3rd consecutive single, and it is now 3-0 Boulder.
In the offseason, Luca attends Northeastern Junior College.
Runners on first and second now for Luca Dincola. Hit that deep fly ball to left his last time up. Almost left the yard for a 2-run shot. First pitch misses for ball 1. Phenomenal job by these Collegians hitters, all with 2 outs, to put 3 on the scoreboard here. 1-0 also misses. 2 balls and no strikes. I guess I should clarify. Put 2 more on the scoreboard here in this inning to give them a 3-0 lead. Here's the 2-0 to Dincola. That one is chopped on the ground at third, and the third baseman, Priest, will have a little stare down with Joe Ungaro before applying the tag. And that will retire the side. But 2 more come across to score for Boulder here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll head to the 5th. It is a 3-0 Collegians lead. You're listening on the Boulder Collegians radio network.
The Collegians strike for 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead it 3-0 over the Denver Cougars. Get you ready for inning number 5 from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. Ethan Jordan and Ryan Latica along with you. Henry Peguero leads things off for Mark Cerullo and the Cougars. 7, 8, and 9 in the inning against Shane Cavallo. Shane pitching to Gem so far through 4, trying to keep it going. Lights crackle to life here in Boulder. Sun begins to set. It's a cloudy day as well, making things a little darker. Peguero's swing and a miss. The change up, it's 0-1.
And certainly not the sunny, balmy 90-degree days we've become accustomed to the last couple weeks. Only 77 degrees right now in Boulder. Slight breeze coming in from left field, it looks like, too.
0-1 misses high, a ball and a strike. Yeah, first pitch temperatures were right around 90, but things have cooled off significantly since then. Clouds have really rolled in. A small chance for rain at 6 o'clock today. That has passed, so we should be clear and ready to go the rest of the game. Breaking ball swing and a miss from Peguero. He's quickly down 1-2.
That has to be a pretty welcome change of pace for the players, at least, not having to stand out in the dead sun. Get a little bit of a break from the hot temperatures here with the cloud cover in Boulder tonight.
1-2 pitch to Peguero. Breaking ball swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. Shane Cavallo, another K in the book, his third. And that's how he starts off the fifth inning. Shane has not allowed the leadoff man yet. That trend continues in inning number 5, and Josh Torrance at the dish. First pitch to Torrance, ground ball, a little bit foul. Misses past third base. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled off. The other way this time, down the right field line, out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Josh Torrance as again Cavallo gets ahead of a hitter. He's been very solid in that regard tonight. He has not allowed a walk and has only worked himself into 1 3-ball count. 0-2. It's high. A ball and 2 strikes now. One-two, fastball, ground ball right at Sukor at third. He retreats a step. Now throws across the diamond to Cherokee LeBeau for the second out. Out of the bottom of the Cougar order, and Juan Familia. Familia, a fly ball in the third inning, out to right field.
That was a great play by Johnny Sukor at third, as you mentioned, taking a step back before unleashing that strong throw to first base. We've seen that lip of the infield cause some problems for infielders here at Scott Carpenter Park in the past.
Swing and a miss from Familia. He got a breaking ball for the first pitch and cut right through it. The grass looks freshly mowed here at Scotty, so that helps things a little bit. But still, sizable lip out there coming off of that grass on the infield. 0-1, a fastball across the dish. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, trying to get Familia to chase. He lays off. Ball and 2 strikes to the center fielder. Three runs on 5 hits for the Collegians. No runs on 3 hits for the Cougars. Here in the 5th inning. 1-2. Oh, and how about that? Mark Cerullo grabs the foul ball. Nice pickup by Coach.
Yeah, that was off of 1 hop. Got on him pretty quick, but he stayed with it. Nice play.
Did you guys see the footwork? That was pretty special.
And, you know, the players have to be shaking their head in the dugout because they know they're going to hear about that. Someone makes an error out in the field. Even if it's during practice, Mark will say, hey, I did that without a glove. Let's pick it up, boys. 1-2, fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Familia.
That one just missed as Cavallo took a step or 2 toward the dugout, or at least to get off the field maybe.
Right-hander stretches and deals on 2-2. Bounces to the plate. The count runs full to Juan Familia. No doubt. Cavallo going to go right at him here. 9-hole hitter. 2 away. You've got yourself a 3-run lead. No reason to not throw him something to hit here. And the rain that we mentioned might not happen has started to pick up here in Boulder. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Familia down on strikes, and another 1-2-3 inning for Shane Cavallo. As well, that rain just came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we've got some smattering of rain. It's starting to pick up a little bit here in Boulder. Nothing too serious. Home plate umpire doesn't seem worried, but we'll keep you appraised. 3-0 the lead for Boulder. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth, halfway through this one on the Collegiate Broadcast Network. Pitching change for the Denver Cougars. Mark Cerula goes to his bullpen to begin the bottom of the fifth inning. And they go to Jeremiah Scott. Sizable right-hander on the hill. He'll start his evening with Brady Rank. Rank, Orivo, and LeBeau in the inning for the Collegians. They lead it 3-0. First pitch of the ball game for Scott is in for strike one. So that closes the book on Tyler Phillips. Now with Phillips gone, we'll get you his final line in just a second. The 0-1 from Scott misses. A ball and a strike to Brady Rink. So finally for Phillips tonight, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 3 walks. With Phillips gone, one more quick note I want to make on Tyler. We mentioned earlier in the game his over-the-head motion on his delivery, and that's something you don't see too often anymore. 2-1. Misses high, 3 balls and a strike. And you don't see that over-the-head, wrapping it around, and then delivering motion all that much these days, but maybe you should. And I can't take credit for this. All credit to a guy by the name of Justin Orenduff for coming up with this figure. But there are 71 pitchers in the Baseball Hall of Fame. 3-1, bounces to the plate, and Rank draws ball 4. So the Collegians again get the leadoff man aboard. They've had the leadoff man on a walk in the last 3 innings. But there are 71 pitchers in the Hall of Fame. This man, Justin Orenduff, found pictures of 54 of them. Keep in mind, some of them are old, or at least a picture of their windup. And 51 of the 54 pitchers in the Hall of Fame that we have a picture of their windup, they take their hands over their head during their windup. That's 94% of pictured Hall of Famers. Pitch misses low to Nick Orivo for ball 1. So he stands in with the runner at first, nobody away. So maybe the over-the-head delivery should make a little bit of a comeback. And a should-be Hall of Famer Tommy John also used the same motion. Pitch misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's another figure for you. In 1964, all 10 of the top 10 ERA leaders in baseball incorporated the overhead delivery. In 2014, only 1 of the top 10. That was Johnny Cueto. So it's just something that players don't do as much anymore. And it's fallen out of fashion. But hey, worked for Jim Palmer. This pitch misses low. 3 balls and no strikes. Worked for Walter Johnson. Why can't it work for you? I like the overhead delivery. But you can tell by those numbers, not something a lot of guys do anymore. Speaking of something that's not really around anymore, that rain we were telling you about at the end of the top of the 5th, it's mostly gone away. Well, that one comes in. I don't know if it got a piece of a Revo or not. But either way, he is down to first base. That was ball 4, even if it didn't catch Nick on the jersey. And there's runners at first and second to start things off for Jeremiah Scott, and he's going to really have to go to work out there on the hill. But how Colorado was that? The rain picks up, goes on for about 3 minutes pretty steadily, and then is gone.
Just a quick passing shower.
Cherokee LeBeau, the batter. Drew a walk his last time around. First pitch. Cherokee grounds one through the hole into left field. That's a base hit. They'll hold Rank at third base as the left fielder Torrance got to it pretty quickly. Probably a good thing they did, as his throw home was a good one. But now the base is loaded for Doug Blankenship. Collegians getting on in all kinds of ways here in the inning. Rank at third, he walked. Nick Arrivo at second. Said he was hit by that pitch. I don't know, maybe he was walked as well. It was tough to say. And then Cherokee LeBeau with the single. So all in all, the bases full of Collegians for Blankenship. Nobody away. And a tough start here on the hill. And Blankenship tries to check his swing. He cannot. Cuts through a high fastball. It's 0-1.
You want to see Boulder add on to this 3-0 lead. When you're playing against the top team in the league, no lead is safe.
0-1. That catches the outside corner. 0-2 to Blankenship.
Could do wonders for Shane Cavallo.
You're Doug right here. You got to get the ball in play. Strikeout does no good. 0-2. And that's exactly what it will be. As he watches a fastball again right on that outside black for strike 3. So strikeout looking, the first strikeout of the game for Scott, and it comes at a perfect time. He gets a much needed first out. Kobe Morris will try his hand now. Base is still loaded with 1 away here in this 5th inning. Collegians looking to add on to a 3-0 lead. First pitch to Morris. A good outside pitch again from Scott. Home plate umpire today has been pretty liberal out there, and Scott recognizes that, taking advantage of it. Here he comes 0-1. Morris, chopper up the middle, stepping on first for one and over to, or stepping on second for one, pardon, and then over to first is Judah Wilbur for the 6-3 double play that ends the inning. And the chopper took Wilbur right onto the bag, and he completes the double play. And Jeremiah Scott worms his way out of danger. He allows no runs to score despite loading the bases with nobody out. Still 3-0 Boulder. 6th inning up and coming here at Scott Carpenter Park. Come on back to Boulder with us on the Collegiate Broadcast Network. Top of the batting order for the Denver Cougars here in the top of the 6th inning against Shane Cavallo. Boulder with the lead, 3-0. We're through 5 innings of this one against the #1 team in the RMBL, the Denver Cougars. Shane Cavallo spinning a gem. His first pitch to Preciado. Preciado swings and misses. 4-1. Ricardo Preciado, a couple of ground balls against Cavallo, like so many others. Just rolling over. There's the 0-1. Squares to bunt, pushes it down the first base line, but this will get foul. 4-2. That ought to bring in Sucor to at least even with the bag, probably to the cut. Well, maybe not with 2 strikes, but you never know. With some of these leadoff guys, they'll try it even on 0-2. Especially if he feels like he's a good bunter. Might try and sneak one in. 0-2, not bunting. This one is high. Ball 1. One of the final few games of the RMBL season for the Collegians. 1-2 pitch from Cavallo. Breaking ball, hit out towards right. In comes Ungaro, out goes Mata. It lands between them for a leadoff single, and Preciado is aboard.
Nothing the Collegians defense could have done about that. He's just perfectly placed right in between the 2 fielders. Both of them gave it a great effort, but that was very likely never going to be caught.
Well, that's what we call a single. Yeah, that was just a clean hit there from Preciado. Now Judah Wilbur will try and get him further along. He stands in. Pickoff move and got him at first base. Shane Cavallo picks off Ricardo Preciado, and, well, that's how you take care of a hit. You'd pick him off in about, 10 seconds. Preciado didn't even, get a chance to put his bags down at first base before he was picked off by Shane Cavallo. And, well, he wasn't too pleased with the call. It was close. And that's a tough call to make if you're that base umpire. We talk about it sometimes. First pitch to Judah Wilbur misses high. With this league only having the home plate umpire and the field umpire, you don't have a great look at that if you're in the field. You're between first and second, and you just don't have the angle to judge that one. 1-0, in for a strike, breaking ball. But you just can't really tell. And it's the same thing when they ask, check to see if he went around. Good luck telling out there. I mean, we have a better idea of telling you from back here, and I can't tell half the time. 1-0. A little bit low, or pardon, 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1. Fastball. Hit pretty solidly out to center. Dincola tracking it back, and Luca makes the catch over his head for the second out. And hung up for a little longer, I think, than Luca was expecting, but he's able to run it down. Now Braden Boisvert will try and make something happen here with 2 away.
That fly ball took Dincola pretty close to that 388 sign out in center field.
Yeah, kind of a humid day. You wonder how much more that would have carried. Been a little less humidity in the air, a little warmer. Would have been interesting to see, but as it is, it's a deep out number 2. And Boisvert takes ball 1. And with the smattering of rain earlier, the skate park fairly empty. There's a few guys out there still. 1-0. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Shane Cavallo trying to work another 1-2-3, well, kind of a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. 2-0 pitch. Hit the other way, out towards right. Ungaro going back, still going back. He's at the fence. It's off the wall. Motoring around first and headed to second is Boisvert. He will put the brakes on there, and probably wise that he did. That was a nice throw in there, I think, from Luca Dincola. And Boisvert has a 2-out double.
That ball kicked off the wall and went straight for Luca Dincola in center field. Ungaro was pretty close to the wall. He had no shot at chasing that one down, at least before Dincola was able to get there, and a strong throw held Boisvert at second.
I don't know if Preciado, had he still been on base, if he would have been able to score there. Granted, it was very deep, but he would have had to have waited to see if it got caught. So there would have only been one out. But as it is, there's 2 away and a runner at second. First pitch right back up the middle from Steve Priest. Goes off of the body of Cavallo. He goes over to the first base side of the mound, picks it up, and throws out Priest. But he pays a hefty price as that one got him pretty square. Looks to be okay. And that will end the inning. So Cougars get a couple of men aboard. Can't bring either of them around. They still trail it 3-0 on to the bottom of the 6th. Collegians looking to add on to that lead when we come back. Steve Priest back to work on the mound for the Denver Cougars. Pulled a Houdini act in the 5th, getting out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam. Try and start his inning off a little more comfortably here in the 6th. 3-0 Boulder. Johnny Sukor to the plate, 8-9-1 for the Collegians in the inning. First pitch to Sukor, fouled back to the screen. Johnny Johnny got a hit. Shorted him a little bit. That does count towards the batting average. He got a hit back in the 4th. Came around to score. Here's a 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. A ball and a strike to Sukor.
Could very easily be a 3-1 game with the Cougars still batting. That line shot off the bat of Steve Priest in the previous half inning was destined for center field. The only thing keeping it from touching the outfield grass was Shane Cavallo on the mound. He took a bit of a lick on the mound from that ball, but I'm sure if you ask him, he'll take that 10 out of 10 times to keep his opponents off the scoreboard.
2-1, that's outside. 3 balls and a strike. The Collegians would like to give him a little more room to work with here in this bottom of the 6th. 3-0, that's solid, but certainly could be even better. 3-1. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Priest walked the leadoff man in the 5th. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away. Scott, pardon. Scott walked the leadoff man in the 5th inning, trying to avoid that fate here against Johnny Sukor. Payoff pitch one more time here from the hill. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. That was ball 4. Sukor went after it, and he's gone on strikes for the 2nd time this evening. 2nd K for Jeremiah Scott. Brings up Joe Ungaro out of the 9-hole. RBI single in the 4th. First pitch to Joe, a fastball right there for strike 1. Collegians will be back in action tomorrow. They originally were supposed to have an off day. tomorrow with a doubleheader to be played Wednesday. 0-1. Fastball, and Ongaro cranks this one deep left field. It is back, and it is off the wall. Off the base of the wall out there in left. Ongaro into second base. And he shows off the pop a little bit there, and also shows off for the dugout a little dance move at second base. He's got his second hit of the evening, a one-out double here in the sixth.
Joe Ongaro just continues to crush the ball. I think that you knew that had to have been at least over the left fielder's head just by the sound off the bat. It had that loud sound and just kicks off the base of the wall. Easy one-out double for Joe Ongaro.
Yeah, he came in standing up, and that was what we would call a no-doubt double. Missed getting out of here by about 2 feet. First pitch to Tyler Mata, top of the order for the Collegians. Tyler takes it inside for ball one. Mata continues to impress with runners in scoring position. He, last time up in the fourth inning, got a base hit with a runner at second, scored a run. Hitting now probably around 450 RISP. That one in for a strike. Got a chance to add another RBI to the total and improve that average even more right here. 1-1 pitch, here it comes. It's right in there, strike two. Mata taking his time here in this at-bat, hasn't offered it one just yet. Ball and 2 strikes. Ongaro at second with one away in the Collegian sixth. They lead it 3-0. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball pumped by Tyler Mata. He can't catch up to it. He's gone on strikes for the second out. Now Luca Dincola going to have to do the job of getting that runner in from second base. 0 for 3 so far for Luca today. Ground out, fly out, and a strikeout. First pitch, it's upstairs. Ball one on the Collegian center fielder. And he's just trying to get on base and give Brady Rank a chance here. He drives the running great. If not, at least if he can get on, have your hottest hitter at the plate. 1-0. Just a little bit outside, and well, that pitch has been called a strike a time or two tonight, but not the case here. 2 balls and no strikes to Luca Dincola. Luca fouls it right back to the screen, right on a high fastball, but tips it foul. 2 balls and a strike. Dincola out of Northeast College, or Northeastern rather, up in Northeastern. Can you imagine that? Colorado. 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. Specifically Sterling. Luca thought about transferring out after this year, but he's headed back for his sophomore season. 2-2 count on him right here with a runner at second in the bottom of the sixth. 2 away. And Jeremiah Scott trying to work out of danger once more. Right-hander ready and deals 2-2. Ongaro takes off. Pitch is swung through, maybe tipped by Dincola. It matters very little as he slams the bat to the ground. He's gone on strikes. So, well, that's how you mitigate a double if you're Jeremiah Scott. You strike out everybody else you see. Collegians unable to score once again. Still with that 3-0 lead. Final third of this one coming up. 3-0 Boulder on the Collegian Broadcast Network.
Back here at Scott Carpenter Park for the top half of the 7th inning. Carter Pennington standing in, takes the first pitch from Shane Cavallo for ball 1.
Shane's been terrific so far, trying to work his best start of the year for the Collegians.
1-0 is right there for strike 1.
His last time he was this good for Boulder was his first start of the year down in Colorado Springs. He went 7 innings, didn't give up a run until that 7th. He kind of tired out, but now deeper into the season, I wonder if he's got a little more life in that arm, a little more stretched out.
1-1 misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Pennington. Here's the 2-1 on its way now. Swing and a miss. That was a beautifully placed curveball, looked like on the outer half of the zone and down low and away where Pennington couldn't reach it.
That looks like it might have even been the cutters that broke away from Pennington. Cavallo does throw a cutter every once in a while.
2-2 is a ground ball over, picked off by LeBeau in front of the second baseman Mata, and he makes a great throw against his momentum to Cavallo covering at first base.
Well, Cherokee LeBeau forgot he was playing first base for a second and thought he was back over at shortstop. I mean, he really ranged into the hole. Tyler Mata had that easily. I mean, he cut him off in front of him. It's not like Mata had gone far to his left. That was LeBeau showing off the shortstop range. He kind of just shakes his head like, yeah, you know, I'm not a first baseman. But Cavallo did a good job of getting over there in time.
Now the first pitch to Jack McLaughlin misses for ball 1. Collegians still up 3-0 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Now the 1-0 on its way from Cavallo, and that one misses down low in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. McLaughlin 0 for 2. He grounded out to Shane Cavallo in the 2nd inning and hit a ground ball to shortstop in the 4th. Now the 2-0 on its way. Missing a little bit high, looked like. And Cavallo is now behind McLaughlin, 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 now, and that one misses inside. It wasn't close. A 4-pitch walk drawn by McLaughlin.
And good news for the Collegians, that bullpen is already hot. That's one where, you know, you see Cavallo and 4-pitch walks like that, and it's nothing to be super concerned about with 1 out. You know, you've got a 3-0 lead, but maybe an indicator that he's tiring a bit. Looks like it's Cole Carey getting loose out in the pen. Carey relieved Cavallo in game 1 out in Kansas. 2 were roommates out there, and also drove out together, drove back together.
So now standing in is Henry Peguero, the catcher for the Denver Cougars after the brief mound visit. First pitch missing inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Peguero. Peguero 0 for 2 as well. Ground out to short and a swinging strikeout on his ledger so far tonight. Longer hold. Now the 1-0 is swung on and missed.
Figures to be Cavallo's last inning, even if he gets through things. I don't think the pitch count is that high. But keep in mind, during the regular season, Shane is a relief pitcher, not a starter. He's assumed that role for the Collegians, but maybe not the most stamina out of all the guys on the team.
1-1 is on the outside edge, called strike 2.
Taking a look at the pitch count for Shane. He's at 80 pitches now with that one. By the way, 53 of them have been strikes. That's a solid, solid number.
80 pitches in the 7th isn't too bad either. Here's the 1-2 coming inside. And you could tell Cavallo with a couple of jumps on the mound after that one was received by his catcher. Didn't like where that one ended up. Two balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first with 1 out here in the 7th, and he will check on that runner at first. He's able to step back in there safely just ahead of the throw by Cavallo. Defense at double play depth all the way around except for LeBeau, who is holding the runner on first. And Cavallo will step off for a moment. A well-placed ground ball would get Cavallo out of this inning. Here's the 2-2. And that one is ripped foul into the Collegians' dugout.
Well, you know, Hunter Pierce and Isaac Parks are sitting right out there in the danger zone. And Isaac had to move pretty quick there to get out of the way. At least that looks like Isaac. I can't really tell quite from here. But they really need Hunter Pierce back over there with his glove, but I think he's warming up. Carey in the bullpen.
Looks like everybody's okay back there. Cavallo standing in, becoming a little bit more deliberate here. The 2-2, swing and a miss. That is a huge out, number 2 in the top of the 7th inning. It keeps the tying run in the on-deck circle. And that'll be up to Joshua Torrance with 2 outs to try and keep it going for the Cougars. Shane Cavallo has other ideas, trying to kill this rally before it starts right here. And a pickoff move gets away from Cherokee LeBeau, and it'll be Joe Ungaro in right that'll have to come in and retrieve it. Going first to third is Pennington, and now the throw gets away from Sukor at third, and Pennington is allowed to come in and score. Excuse me, McLaughlin.
Well, what happened was the throw-in from Ungaro was a good one, but when McLaughlin slid in, it went off of his helmet. It hit him square in the helmet and bounced into the Collegian dugout, allowing him to come in and score. A costly pickoff move, as you'll see. I mean, I don't know the last time I saw a guy go first to home on a pickoff move. Wow.
2 errors on the play.
It's hard to hit Ungaro with an arrow, so it was a good throw, but in both situations, the pickoff move as well, McLaughlin got in the way. No fault of his own. He was just trying to get back to the base at first and trying to slide in safe at third. Torrance takes his first strike, but he got in front of Cherokee LeBeau, which kind of handcuffed him. Then the throw went off his helmet.
And now the 0-1 is in there, called strike 2 on Joshua Torrance. The Cougars have trimmed Boulder's lead to 2 now, although not really by anything the Cougars did. The 0-2 misses down and in the dirt. These are mistakes you simply can't make this late in the ball game, especially with a lead as slim as 3-0. Bloop and a blast ties the game now. 1-2 bounces to the plate. Now if you're Boulder, you have to shut this down right now. Don't allow Denver to carry this momentum any further. Here's the 2-2. Hit on the ground, and that is fair as it hits off the foul line. And Sukor with a throw that bounces to first. It gets away for a moment, but LeBeau is able to go back and corral that one before any further advancement by Torrance. But it'll be an infield single for Torrance. That'll bring up Juan Familia.
Yeah, Sukor did everything he could. That was just a almost impossible play unless your name is Arenado or Chapman.
First pitch to Familia is right there for strike 1. That ball hit pretty much right on the chalk beyond the third base bag. Here's the 0-1 now to Familia, swing and a miss. And Cavallo is again a strike away from getting out of this inning. 3-1, Boulder leads. Top half of the 7th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. Here's the 0-2. And that one is in the dirt. It goes to the backstop, and that allows Torrance to advance 90 feet. Familia does represent the tying run. And Torrance now in scoring position, 180 feet away. No ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Familia. Here's the 1-2. Close, but no cigar. He was looking for that outside edge. He's just a little bit too far outside to be called strike 3. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Here's the pitch. And that's a curveball, looks like, on the inside edge, called strike 3. And Cavallo works his way out of it. A run does come around to score for the Cougars on a sloppy play by the Collegians, but they still hold a 2-run lead, 3-1. It's stretch time here at Scott Carpenter Park. We'll be back on the other side of the break. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Brady Ranks standing back in to face Jeremiah Scott. Brady is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. First pitch to Rank is outside for ball 1. After Rank, it'll be Nick Arrivo and then Cherokee LeBeau. Now the 1-0. That one misses high. 2 balls and no strikes on Rank. Rank was a victim of that incredible relay back in the 3rd inning on that RBI double by Nick Arrivo. Just barely out at home plate trying to score what was at the time, or what would have been, excuse me, Boulder's 2nd run. Now the 2-0 is fouled straight back.
The Cougars trying to mount a comeback here in the late innings. That is huge.
The 2-1 on its way now to Rank, missing outside. Yeah, with how close this game has been, that play back in the 3rd inning could have huge ramifications for Denver's comeback chances. Here comes the 3-1 now, and it is called strike 2. I think Rank thought it would be ball 4. He started to underhand sling his bat back to the dugout, but he'll have to stand in for at least one more pitch here, the full count. Here's the payoff pitch to Rank. That one is foul down the left field line. Giving chase is the left fielder, Torrance, but that'll drop harmlessly out of play.
Yeah, Rank doing a good job of working the count here, getting himself in a favorable position to see a pitch he likes. See if Scott comes into him, not wanting to walk the leadoff hitter here in the seventh.
Leadoff man on here would do wonders for Boulder's efforts trying to get that run back and possibly more. 3-2, and strike three called on the outside edge. It was low and outside, it looked like.
Yeah, that was one of those where I think Brady Rank had first base if he wanted it. The umpire saw him kind of launch the back towards the dugout, headed down to first, and said, "Not so fast." Yeah, that was a little far off the plate, but, you know, we're not the ones getting paid to make those calls.
Now Nick Arrivo standing in. First pitch just misses. It's 1-0 on Arrivo. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts going back to the 6th inning for Scott in 4 of the last 5. Now the 1-0 is in there for a called strike 1. Scott has 5 strikeouts since entering the game at the beginning of the 5th inning.
Yeah, he's missed a few bats. That's helped him work out of some danger in his outing.
Now the 1-1 to Arrivo. He swings and chops this one foul down the third baseline. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nick Arrivo. These are the 2 guys that you look to in Boulder's lineup to get a rally started. Rank unable to put the ball in play. We'll see what Arrivo can do behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Scott. And he takes that one high and inside for ball 2. Outfielders playing fairly deep, respecting the power of Arrivo. Here's the 2-2 from Scott. He swings and pops this one up on the right side of the infield. Preciado, the second baseman, comes in and he makes the catch for the second out.
Yeah, up until this inning, those 2 guys, Rank and Arrivo, had been on base all 6 times. Scott doing a good job to get both of them in order right here.
So now the catcher Peguero will go out and have a short conference with his pitcher to discuss how they want to attack Cherokee LeBeau, who's been on in each of his last 2 plate appearances. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Bases are clear with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He swings at the first pitch and lifts it out to fairly deep right field, but McLaughlin is there, and he puts it away, no problem. 1-2-3 go the Collegians in the bottom of the 7th. We'll head to the 8th here at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Three to one, the Collegians lead. here in the top half of the 8th inning as Shane Cavallo's night is done. It'll be Cole Carey coming in from the bullpen to relieve Cavallo to face the top third of the Cougars batting order.
And what a night it was for Shane Cavallo. No doubt his best start as a Collegian and one of the best starts we've seen out of a Boulder pitcher this year.
First pitch to Preciado from Carey. Misses down low and outside for ball 1.
Cavallo's final line, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, just the 1 run. 6 strikeouts and only 1 walk.
The 1-0 is in there for a called strike 1.
Cavallo finished with 94 pitches, 61 of them were strikes.
Certainly a phenomenal night for him. 1-1 swing and a miss. Now it'll be up to Carey to protect this 2-run lead. Cougars down to their final 6 outs here tonight.
Yeah, Cole Carey, the tall, lanky right-hander out of Phoenix College. The newest member of this Collegian squad. He joined them on maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, maybe. It's been a welcome addition to that bullpen.
Here's the 1-2 now, missing high and inside. Yeah, Carey with an ERA of exactly 1.8 in 2 appearances so far this season. The 2-2. On the inside edge, called strike 3. That's the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. Looked like almost the same spot as the pitch before, but he got the benefit of the doubt. And that'll be Judah Wilbur's turn this time. 1 for 3 so far. He singled in the first inning. First pitch is right there for strike 1. Carey with 6 strikeouts in 5 innings so far this summer. Here's the 0-1. And that one is swung on and popped into foul territory along the first base line and almost caught by Tyler Mata as he crashed into the wall. That was a valiant effort out there by Mata.
Yeah, Cherokee LeBeau misread it. He got turned around, and Mata, who had the better angle from second base, if there wasn't a fence there, he definitely would have caught it.
No balls and 2 strikes now on Judah Wilbur. I should amend that statement now. 7 strikeouts so far this summer for Carey. Here's the 0-2. And almost an 8th strikeout, but unable to be held onto behind the plate by Blankenship. He was fouled at the plate.
You know what? That's not Doug behind the dish there. I think that's Jake Given who's taken over.
Yeah, you're right. My apologies to Doug and Jake. The 0-2 is swung on and hit foul.
You're not sure what the reasoning for having Doug out of the game is. Hopefully he's all right. Looks like Josue Rivera is loosening in the Collegian pen, likely to come on and pitch the 9th.
Here's the 0-2 once more. The bat shatters on a little looper to shortstop. Brady Rank takes it in, no problem for the second out.
And there's lumber all over the yard now. So the head of the bat went flying into the backstop, and some shavings along the first base line as well.
Now it'll be Braden Boisvert's turn with 2 outs and the bases clear here in the 8th inning.
Mike Cavallo's pitching here, or pardon, not Cavallo. The way that Carey's pitching, maybe Rivera won't come on for the 9th. I mean, Cole's doing a great job right now, and have to see through this batter, but we may see him again.
First pitch to Boisvert misses down low and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Collegians still clinging to that 3-1 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-0. That one is also down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Jake Given and Cole Carey, the new battery for Boulder here in the 8th inning. The 2-0 on its way. And that one is hit out to fairly deep right field. Ungaro is going back, But it looks like he'll have room. He does. He puts it away. A 1-2-3 eighth inning. Beautifully pitched by Cole Carey. Sends us to the bottom half with Boulder still up by 2, looking to add on before the 9th. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Boulder Collegians Radio Network. Standing in is Jake Given. Freshly into the ballgame defensively in the top half of the 8th inning, and now getting his first at bat here in the bottom half to lead off. First pitch is taken down low for ball 1. Jake started that game yesterday in Greeley behind the plate. The 1-0 misses 2 balls and no strikes.
It'll be interesting to see who they go with tomorrow, as Jake's going to have a little extra wear and tear thanks to the couple innings tonight, though it would usually be his turn. Game tomorrow, 4:30 in Lakewood at All-Star Park.
Now the 2-0 is in there for a called strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Given. Now Scott into his windup, and he takes the pitch down low, 3-1. Seeing the impact of the lights a little bit more here at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder as the sun continues to set to our right behind the Flatirons. The 3-1 is hit on the ground right to third. And Priest has it. He makes the throw over to first for the first out.
Yeah, Scott, for all the trouble he's worked himself into, has done a great job out of the pen so far. Just needs to get 2 more outs and preserve that deficit at just 2 runs.
Since escaping that bases loaded, nobody out jam in the 5th, he's allowed just 1 hit, the double by Joe Ungaro.
Oh, and by the way, he struck out 4 in those 2 in the 3rd innings.
Kobe Morris standing in now. First pitch is in there for a called first strike. The 0-1 on its way now. And that one misses high off the glove of Peguero. Goes to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike on Morris. Kobe is 1 for 3. He's singled and scored a run in the 4th. Sandwiched by a pair of strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Morris now behind in the count against Scott. Certainly not a comfortable place to be. Here's the 1-2. Just low, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the 2-2. On the outside edge, called strike 3. Scott picks up another one. His 6th strikeout in relief. And now it'll be up to Johnny Sukor with 2 outs and the base is clear. Scott has certainly been virtually unhittable since that jam in the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch to Sukor, misses low and outside for ball 1.
The Collegians fortunate they're facing Scott with a lead rather than the other way around. He's been shut down.
Half of his 6 strikeouts so far have been looking. Here's the 1-0, and that one's right there for strike 1. Count is even on Johnny Sukor. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the offering. And hit on the ground to second. Preciado is over, gobbles it up, and makes the short throw over to Pennington at first to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Collegians in the bottom of the 8th. They're looking for 3 more outs as we head to the top of the 9th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. We'll be right back on the Collegians Radio Network.
To the 9th. The Collegians up 3-1 against the Denver Cougars, looking for their first win against the #1 team in the RMBL this season. Cole Carey, as we suspected he might, comes back out for the 9th. In the inning, he'll see Steve Priest, Carter Pennington, and Jack McLaughlin. Trying to put a bow on this one here for the Collegians. Priest, the first man to the dish, 0 for 3 today. All 3 of those at-bats coming against Shane Cavallo. Cavallo, an excellent start. Carey trying to save it for him. 3-1 lead for the Collegians. And here we go with the 9th inning. Priest into the right-hand batter's box. Carey shakes off a couple of signs. Got the one he likes. Right-hander into the motion and deals. Ground ball to short. Rank fields it on the backhand over his head. Throw to first in time. And a very, very quick first out here in the 9th inning. Brings Carter Pennington to the dish. Carter a double split by a couple of ground outs. Collegians looking to improve to over 500 here in the RMBL. First pitch, Pennington watches it low for ball 1. Boulder will be back in action tomorrow from All-Star Park against the Colorado Sox at 4:30. No fans allowed, but we'll have it for you right here. Collegians Broadcast Network. I'd assume that's going to be an audio-only broadcast as well. The internet not too great out there, but we'll definitely be able to bring it to you radio style. Hope you to have you along for it. 2-0. It's upstairs, and 3 balls and no strikes to Carter Pennington. And, well, I would take a guess that his bat is going nowhere other than his shoulder here on this pitch. Trying to get aboard with 1 away. Here's the 3-0. Indeed, he watches it go by. Ball 4, misses high. The tying run comes to the plate in Jack McLaughlin.
That pitch was close. Pennington waited a beat just to make sure it would be ball 4 before he took off for first. But I believe that was a good call by the home plate umpire.
Man, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt if you start him out with 3 balls. And Pennington will see a pinch runner on for him. Get a little more speed out there at first base. First pitch to McLaughlin. Jack watches it right down Broadway on a golden platter for strike one. I mean, that was as center cut as it gets. Oh, 1. Here it comes. Breaking ball called. Strike two. Good pitch from Carey. It broke back in over the plate to the righty McLaughlin. And he's in a 2-strike hole. 0-2. That's low. Ball and 2 strikes. Carey out of the stretch. Reaches back and deals. 1-2. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. McLaughlin gone on strikes for the huge second out for Cole Carey.
That was beautiful. He just dropped the curveball right in there for strike 3. Totally froze McLaughlin.
Now it'll be all up to Henry Peguero. 0 for 3 on the day, but he can forget about all of that if he can come through here. He is the tying run. Runner at first base, 2 away in the 9th. Collegians looking for the first win this season against the Denver Cougars. First pitch from Carey, swing and a miss. It looked like a changeup and a good one. Out of the zone and low. Peguero couldn't get to it. No balls and a strike to the Denver backstop. 0-1, here it comes. Fastball, low, good block behind the plate by Given. Holds the runner at first. I think Frankie Schern is the courtesy or the pinch runner over at first base. 0-1, or 1-1 rather. Swing and a miss. Similar location to that first pitch, and the Collegians are a strike away. Peguero steps out, takes a practice cut, back into the right-hand batter's box. Carey staring in from the mound. Tall right-hander comes set and deals. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. And the Collegians win it 3-1 as they finally take down the Denver Cougars here in 2020. Well, it was a long time coming, but in their final game against the Cougars, the Collegians finally prevail. Take it 3-1. An excellent start on the mound from Shane Cavallo. He goes 7 innings and doesn't give up a run. Gives up only 1 run, not earned. And the Collegians follow him to a victory tonight over the Cougars. Boulder on the season in the RMBL improves to 14-13. And they're awfully close to being in 4th place now, if not in 4th place. The Cougars fall to 15-7. And let's do some quick math here. They might be back down in 2nd place after this loss.
Yeah, they did hold a virtual first place lead just by a couple of percentage points over the Hayes Larks, who entered the day 12-5 in the RMBL. Again, Denver now 15-7.
And it looks like the Cougars are just out of first place. They might have even fallen to 3rd. All depends on how the Larks and Saints do today. I think the Larks have a game. The Saints do not. I could be wrong. Either way, the Cougars probably falling out of first place with the loss handed to them by the Collegians. But, well, it was certainly a talking point we had early on in the season when the Collegians were going so good on that big win streak. They just couldn't beat the Cougars. They're 0-3 against them on the season until tonight, and they take them down 3-1. Collegians will be back in action tomorrow against the Colorado Sox. They'll see the Sox tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow's game out at All-Star Park in Lakewood. We'll have it for you here on the Collegiate Broadcast Network. It'll be at 4:30 Mountain Daylight Time. And we have to say Mountain Daylight Time because we have listeners all across the country, believe it or not. Listeners out of New York, New Jersey, Arizona, Florida, and Texas, to name a few. You know, you have these guys come from all across the country, and usually more than this year due to the coronavirus. But
we beat the Cougars! Woo!
And there's owner Matt Jensen. He's fired up as they finally take down the Cougars tonight. But We want to thank all of you, those of you for tuning in from all across the country. We really do appreciate you joining us on the Collegiate Broadcast Network. It's a pleasure of ours to bring you these games here from Boulder, and especially a pleasure to bring you a Collegians win, 3-1, and, well, 9-game losing streak. How about a 2-game winning streak? So the Collegians have won 2 in a row, looking to make it 3 tomorrow against the Sox. That's at 4:30 Mountain Time. We'll be right back with you. But that'll just about do it for us tonight. For partner in the booth, Ryan Latica, and our producer, Mitch Sanchez, out on the field, doing great work bringing you this video broadcast that you see tonight. I'm Ethan Jordan. Collegians win at 3-1. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.